NXT TakeOver Phoenix takes place this Saturday in Phoenix, Arizona from the Talking Stick Resort Arena, which is, without question, the worst name I have ever heard for a venue. One thing even more ridiculous than the damn Talking Stick is Poppy, who is performing the theme song for the show. I don't know what the hell is wrong with Triple H. When I hear he decided to have Poppy perform at this show, I am now very concerned about the future of the WWE because she is horrific. It's like pop music mixed with heavy death metal. It's just terrible. It's absolutely horrific. And it takes place in the dumbest name. I can't get over the Talking Stick. How the hell do you call an arena a Talking Stick? It's just ridiculous. God. I thought the Smoothie King Center was bad. The Talking Stick just takes a cake. That's just a horrible name. One thing that's not horrible is this card, which I'm sure is going to be fantastic. You have 5 matches that could all be great. One match that I would say 2 matches that will most likely be decent, but you have 3 matches on the show that can all be fantastic. In particular, Ricochet and Johnny Gargano could be the match of the year if they get a lot of time. I don't think they will because they're not the main event. And the problem is, especially if they're not main event, if you have them like go 25 minutes and just tear the host down, I don't think Ciampa and Black or especially the women's match would be able to follow that. So it probably won't get as much time as they could have, but I'm pumped for that match. But I think the show is going to be a great show. It's impossible for NXT to have a bad show. Has NXT ever had a bad takeover? I don't think I don't know if they're capable of having a bad takeover show. It's just they have so much talent. The format's perfect. It's like 2.5 hours. Almost everyone gets the time that they need. It's always great. First match we have is Matt Riddle against Kassius Ohno. We already know Matt Riddle's going to win. We're going to have to talk about that. Last match they had was just a complete squash match, and here it won't be a squash match, but it'll be a victory for Matt Riddle. Kassius Ohno is a fat pig. He should be released. I don't care what he did as Chris Hero in the Independents. He is so out of shape. He just needs to go. I'm sick of seeing his fat legs on takeover shows. It's hard to look at. It's just, oh my God, I don't even want to see the TV screen. It's so disgusting. Matt Riddle wins. Who cares about that match? It won't be a horrible match. Just like, I'm not a fan of Kassius Ohno. The NXT North American Championship, you have Ricochet defending his championship against Johnny Gargano. I think this will probably be the best match on the entire weekend. I think it'll be the best match on the show. I mean, Ciampa and Black they're the main event, so maybe they get more time and they have a better match, but this is the match I'm most looking forward to all weekend. I think this will be better than anything at the Royal Rumble or anything for sure that'll be on Raw or SmackDown. This is just going to be fantastic. You put these two together, you're going to get a great match. I think it's impossible for these two to have a bad match. As to who wins, it can go either way. They can definitely have Ricochet retain, but I'm going to go with Johnny Gargano. I think Johnny Gargano needs this win. He is Johnny Failure. A year ago, he was the most over wrestler in the entire company, especially when he beat Tommaso Ciampa in New Orleans. That was just fantastic. You know, how over that guy was during WrestleMania weekend. Now, 9 months later, he's still a star. He's a name on NXT, but he is in desperate need of a big win because he always loses. He lost to Ciampa twice after he beat him, and then he lost to Aleister Black at the last TakeOver show. He really needs a big win here. I think he's going to stay in NXT for a while because I don't think they're going to bring him up right now. So I think he's in desperate for a win. I think another loss would just kill him. And the problem is, it's not a problem with Ricochet because he can afford a loss. I think Gargano needs this a lot more than Ricochet does. It's not that he needs the belt, but I think he needs a big win. And I think he's going to beat Ricochet. So I'm going to go with Johnny Gargano to defeat Ricochet and win the NXT North American Championship. Up next, the NXT Tag Team Championship. You have the Undisputed Era, Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong, who will be accompanied by Adam Cole and Bobby Fish, and they will be defending their Tag Team Championships against the War Raiders, Hanson and Rowe. Raiders. I don't want to say this is the biggest lock of the night because I'd be shocked if we don't see a title change, but I'm interested to see the dynamic of the crowd in this match because the Undisputed Era is so over that they always get cheered at takeovers even though they're heels. And the problem with that is that the babyfaces usually get booed. And the biggest example is Mustache Mountain. They were booed heavily, or even the team before Mustache Mountain that they faced at the previous takeover, they were also booed against the Undisputed Era. And because they're so over, the fans just cheer them like crazy even though they're heels, and they sell a lot of merchandise. I don't think it's a good idea for WWE to break them up. I think they've done everything they could in NXT. What else is there left for the Undisputed Era to do except Adam Cole win the championship? I don't know if they're going to do that. So I think it's best for the Undisputed Era to say goodbye to the to NXT. Will they go to the main roster? I think so. What will happen? I'm not sure. One thing I know is Adam Cole's girlfriend, Britt Baker, is in AEW. Maybe Adam Cole wants to go there. I'm interested to see the future of the Undisputed Era, but I just feel like they've accomplished everything they could in NXT. Roderick Strong in particular has been there for a very long time. The other three all debuted on the same night. They've been there like for a year and a half. I think War Raiders for sure win. I'd be shocked if they don't win. I'm picking them to win the titles. It'll probably be the opener of the show. I believe Rowe recently married Sarah Logan. So I think he'll obviously, not just because of that, but I think more good things are going to happen because I think he's winning the tag team titles. So I'm going to go with the War Raiders, and we'll see what they do with the Undisputed Era after this. Up next, the NXT Women's Championship. Shayna Baszler defends her championship against Bianca Belair. Baszler will be accompanied by Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir. They'll interfere in this match, I'm sure. And how this plays out. Okay, I'm really interested to see this match. I really like Bianca Belair. I really think she has so much potential. I think she can be a big star in the WWE. And I don't just mean like a name on the roster who gets pushed. I think she can be the top girl because she has everything. She's beautiful, especially if you've ever seen her on her Instagram or her Twitter with her hair down. My God, she is absolutely stunningly gorgeous. Unbelievable. She talks well. She cuts a decent promo. She's better as a heel than a face for sure. They had her cut a face promo on NXT a couple of weeks ago. Didn't really go over too well. And one thing that was interesting was when she cut the promo and Baszler came out, Baszler calls Belair overrated, and the fans start chanting overrated. So you might get a whole overrated, undefeated chant at this show. And I don't think it's like they dislike Belair. I think they just like to chant. So I don't think that was a smart move, having them Bianca Belair be called overrated. And plus, you just turned babyface. How this plays out, again, Belair is going to get this title probably at the next show. If she doesn't get it at this show, she's going to be NXT Women's Champion. She will beat Shayna Baszler. Triple H knows Bianca Belair as a star. He always talks highly of her, always praises her. He knows she is a star. Even if Vince doesn't like her, she will be a star in NXT. She's going to get pushed heavily. How this plays out, so I'm thinking Belair wins by disqualification. I don't think she wins the belt because I think they want to keep the undefeated gimmick, and I think they're going to have her remain undefeated until she loses the title after she wins it. But I don't see her getting the belt here. I think Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir will interfere. Belair will look like she's about to win the match, and then the other two interfere, and then maybe Kairi Sane and Io Shirai come and defend Belair. It'll be a big brawl, but I think Baszler keeps the title because she's going to lose by disqualification. So they cheat to have her retain the title, even though it'll be by a DQ loss. So I'm going Bianca Belair wins by disqualification. I don't think they're going to have Baszler beat her. Up next, the NXT Championship. Tommaso Ciampa defends his title against the root of all evil, Aleister Black. This is very difficult. I've had the most trouble picking who I think is going to win this match. I could see it go either way. It wouldn't shock me because they love Aleister Black. I don't think they want to beat Aleister Black a second time after they already did beat him against Ciampa this past summer when they had Ciampa win the title from Aleister Black. I don't think they want to beat Aleister Black another time and let him lose to Ciampa twice. But at the same time, I don't know if they're going to... I think they're going to call up Aleister Black very soon. I don't think it's a good idea to have Aleister Black win the title just to lose it again at the next NXT TakeOver. I think that would be a mistake. I think that would hurt the credibility of the championship. And one thing I don't think I really don't want to see is him win the title, then go up to the main roster and the title's vacant. I think that makes the title look weak. I'm thinking Ciampa retains, but I could see Black winning. And maybe Black stays in NXT. Maybe he doesn't come up till SummerSlam weekend. Because to me, Aleister, to two names I think should be debuting the night after WrestleMania or on SmackDown 2 nights after are Aleister Black and the Velveteen Dream. Who, by the way, Velveteen Dream got in some hot water on social media this past weekend. I don't know what's wrong with him, but I expect those two names to come up. Those are two big names. I think both of them can be big stars, Black and Velveteen. But in this match, I think Tommaso Ciampa retains. I think it'll be a heel win. He's a great heel. The fans just despise this guy. He's one of those heels people genuinely hate. You don't get that in WWE too much. You get a lot of heels who people cheer, like the Undisputed Era. Are they great heels, or does the fans just really like them as wrestlers? They genuinely hate Tommaso Ciampa. That's the difference. Like, there's a difference between being a cool heel and a detestable heel. And the one thing that NXT is great is Ciampa is the only detestable heel they have. WWE tries to create too many of those guys, and it doesn't hurt. It doesn't work. If you're going to have that sick, disgusting, despicable heel, you can really only have one of them in a territory or in a whole company. And that one here is Tommaso Ciampa. And that's why I think he works well. He's not a cool heel. The fans genuinely hate his guts. And he is just really good. I think he's going to retain. I could go to Black, but I think Ciampa wins. That's our predictions for the show. It should be a great show. I'm really looking forward to it. I think for sure it'll be better than the Royal Rumble, even though the Royal Rumble will probably be really good. I think they're going to know that the Royal Rumble card is good this year. And I think the talent on this show is going to be even more motivated to just overshadow the main roster this week. I think they want to make it, they want to set the bar so high that like it just kills the main roster's confidence. I think there's really that competition between the two brands. I think they're just going to go all low on the show. Again, not to Matt Riddle and Kassius Ohno. I don't know about that. And the women's match, even though I really like Belair, she is still great in the ring. It might not be a great match, but I think two matches, Ciampa at Black and Gargano Ricochet, are both going to be excellent. So it'll probably be another great show, and I'm really looking forward to the show. The expectations are high, and NXT always delivers.